Forest Kids. I'm sitting under my absolute favorite tree in my backyard. Miles is going to show you, and maybe you can even see some of the bees doing their work in the tree. Miles, see if you can get up close on if there's any bees moving around. In the springtime, it only has flowers on it for a couple of days, and it's so beautiful. And I like to sit out here and have my coffee and sit quietly and just smell the beautiful flowers and listen to the bees. So I thought it was appropriate to sit under this tree and read one of my children's other favorite books by Max Lucado. It's called Buzby and the Grumble Bees. You might remember a week or two ago I read Hermie and the Nut, and it's the same characters, and there's a Bible story within the story. So this is Buzby and the Grumble Bees. It's the Hermie and Friends series. The story is written by Troy Schmidt, but it's the Max Lucado series. Hi, BB and Buddy. How have you been? B-E-E-N, Ben, Buzby spelled. He loved it when his niece and nephew came for a visit. How would you like some honey soup to E-A-T, eat? Spelling is not cool, BB said. Blah, I hate honey soup, Buddy mumbled as he dumped his backpack onto the floor. Niece and nephew aren't being very kind to their uncle. Why don't you put your things away and we'll go, Buzby began. We're not your slaves, BB rudely interrupted. Buddy pounded the floor, kicking and screaming. Wow. Whoa, all I'm asking is that while you're here, you put your things away, use good manners, and get enough sleep, Buzby said. BB and Buddy moaned and grumbled and fussed even louder. Would you like to hear the story? Come sit right here. How would you like it if everyone misbehaved like you? Buzby asked. BB and Buddy stomped off. That's fine with us. Hermie shook his head. You've got a couple of Grumble Bees on your hands there. I need a plan, P-L-A-N, plan, to help BB and Buddy learn to behave. God, please help me, Buzby prayed. God gave him an idea. Ooh, look at that. Buzby goes right to God with his problem. He's praying. Buzby called his friends over to help. They secretly agreed to show BB and Buddy what it would be like if everyone misbehaved. So here's all the other bugs we were introduced to before. There's Hermie and Wormy. I think this is Haley and Bailey. And these guys are Iggy and Ziggy. That's Antonio Ant, and these are his friends. So all these bugs are going to help Buzby with a plan to teach these kids how to behave. The next morning, BB and Buddy grumbled, "Where's our breakfast?" They were shocked when Buzby and Hermie grumbled back. "Why do we always have to make breakfast? We have to do all the work," Wormy whined. Buzby pounded the ground, kicking and screaming. I used to laugh at this page because I thought, how funny would it be if Mrs. Allen did that in the morning when my children wanted breakfast? What if I said, "Why do we have to make breakfast? I have to do all the work." What if I pounded the ground with my hands? My kids would go. Let's see what happens. BB and Buddy couldn't believe what was happening. They decided to skip breakfast. What got into them? BB asked. They sure are acting rude. Did you see Wormy whining like a baby? Interesting when somebody else does it that they notice. BB and Buddy met Haley and Bailey on the garden path. Why don't you come to our house? Asked Haley. We don't have any rules. We never do chores, said Bailey. That sounded good to BB and Buddy. Maybe that sounds good to you, no chores. But the ladybug's house was so messy. BB tripped on some tap shoes and fell. BB gasped. Clothes and toys and dirty dishes are everywhere. We could get hurt. This is gross. Let's get out of here. So look at that page. That's what would happen if nobody ever did any chores. If moms and dads didn't have you do chores and if they didn't do chores. Eventually the house would look like that. and it would be stinky and smelly. Next, Bibi and Buddy saw Iggy and Ziggy. "Would you like to join us for a picnic?" asked Iggy. Bibi and Buddy were hungry. A picnic with the cockroaches sounded good to them. That looks like a yummy picnic, especially this. This looks like a Mr. Herrig picnic. Look, there's pie, there's cake, there's pancakes. What is healthy in here? An orange. But Iggy and Ziggy ate like slobs. They chewed with their mouths open. They talked with their mouths full. Food dripped everywhere. Bibi and Buddy felt sick. "It's too disgusting to eat where no one uses good table manners," Bibi said. "Let's go." Late that afternoon, Bibi and Buddy saw the ants carrying a cake. "We're having an all-night party," said Antonio. "Want to come?" "Wow, no bedtime. That sounded good to Bibi and Buddy." That probably sounds good to you too. No bedtime? The ants' party was really fun until it got really late. Bibi and Buddy were so tired, but every time they closed their eyes, Antonio blew a party horn right in their faces. Blurt! "Staying up late isn't as much fun as I thought it would be," Bibi yawned and drifted off to sleep. Sometimes it sounds good to have no bedtime, but think about when you're super tired and you just want to lay down. If someone was blowing a horn in your face saying, "Stay up." The next morning, Bibi and Buddy awoke in Buzby's hive. "I had a terrible dream," Bibi said. "Wormy, you and Hermie were whining and rude. Haley and Bailey's house was a disaster. Iggy, you and Ziggy ate like slobs, and Antonio wouldn't let us sleep." Oh, they think it was a dream. I think that was the plan. "I don't like a place where everyone misbehaves," Bibi explained. "From now on, I'm going to behave. Help with the chores, use good manners, and go to bed on time." Buddy agreed. "Come on, Buddy, let's start by making breakfast." Buzby was pleased. When it was time to do the dishes, Buzby said, "I'll do those, you go play. It's great to have such nice behaving bees come for a visit." Bibi hugged him. "Thanks, Uncle Buzby. Thanks. Thanks." Wow, they have a lot better attitude with their uncle than when they first arrived. And look, now that they're being nice and they made breakfast, then he offers to do the dishes. So they don't have to do all the chores, but they have to help with some. After Bibi and Buddy left to go home, Buzby thanked his friends for all their help in teaching his niece and nephew about good behavior. "That was some dream," Buzby winked. Everyone smiled except Antonio Ant, who was fast asleep. Look at Antonio Ant's resting his head on a rolled up leaf. He's so tired because his job, remember, was to keep him up all night. So now the next day he's sleepy because he hasn't slept at all. And in the end, the kids learned about good manners and good behavior. But the first thing Buzby did was he prayed and asked God for a plan. I like that part. So Forest Kids, this is my last story, and then it's summertime. And I'm planning to read some more stories this summer, maybe on Facebook Live. So we'll be talking with your parents, and maybe you can join me for some of those books, because the ones I saved are a little bit longer. They're great stories, but kind of hard for me to record. So I thought this one would be better. So you have a wonderful day, and I love you all. Bye-bye.